Hi guys, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in again. It's been a couple days. So a few things I kind of want to discuss. First things first, I definitely want to come clean about. So the last time we spoke, I know that I had mentioned about a friend. He asked me how I felt about weddings and about love, and I told him, love saves the day. And he was like, how about trying Barber saves the day? And I was like, yeah, I'm going to try that one. I like that one. It's a good idea. I'm still working on that one. But yeah, I mean, I guess you could say he's a friend, but he's my therapist. So I don't know why I felt kind of awkward saying that at first. And friend just came out and I just kind of rolled with it. And um, afterward, I was on my way to the gym and I was just like, B, what's wrong with you? Like, you're such a punk. Like, why did you lie? Like, it's not about that. Like, this wasn't supposed to be about that. You're supposed to be honest with yourself. And this is about you getting out of your comfort zone and just being honest with yourself. So I told myself that my next video, I was going to come clean. And then it's funny because Luce, a friend of mine, calls me and she's like, you're a liar. You totally lied on that video. And I'm like, I know. I've just been talking to myself, telling that, I lied and that I feel like such a punk. And I'm going to go back, though. I promise. I already said it. I'm going to come clean. Next video, I'm going to come clean. So this is me coming clean. And I'm sorry for not saying that at first. I guess it just kind of, I'm still kind of, it's kind of scary, to talk about that and to kind of like say that out loud. Not that it's scary, it's just like, it's just the whole thing. Like, I don't want you to think that I'm weak or I can't handle it or, you know, um, so I'm still kind of working through that. But yes, I wanted to kind of come clean with that. Second thing. So, second thing I wanted to talk about was my weekend. So it was my cousin's wedding on Sunday. It was like a weekend event. So Friday we had like the dinner, and then Saturday we had the rehearsal earlier in the morning, and then we had like a lunch, and then we had dinner and drinks. So long day. Well, starting from Friday, I didn't really get much sleep on Friday, and Saturday was an early start, and it was just a long day. That night, so after lunch, which ended like around, I guess, 5, we went back to the hotel, and it was just like to get ready and go out for like dinner and drinks, something light and drinks. I don't drink, but I was just really tired, and I don't know, I just felt like I felt something, I felt like, I guess, I don't know, anxiety or the sadness kind of creeping in. And so I mean, you could see that, and it was kind of came out, and when I say like came out, like I mean like crying. I don't really know how to explain it, and it probably sounds lame, but like I can't control it, and as much as I want to contain it and not show emotion or not cry, it just happens. I can't contain it. That's the thing. And so it did, and I was at the hotel, and which was fine. I was with my cousins, and they're very supportive. I was glad that I was with them. So I had a little moment there, and okay, so I regrouped and went to the bar. I still felt that feeling, right? So it was still there. when we got to the bar, there was a lot of people, you know, from the groom side and from the bride side and family and friends, and it was just a lot of people, and you know, it happened again. So I had to walk out. So I just walked out and walked around. It was in Boca. We were in Boca. We were in Meisner Park, and so it's like an outdoor shopping center. And so I just kind of walked out and walked around. Once again, you know, tears came out. Yeah. So I walked around. I found a bench, which was behind a fountain, which was really awesome. And the weather was perfect. There was like the full moon out, and it was actually, the ambiance was actually pretty perfect. And I have like an app on my phone. It's like it's a Bible app. So I was just reading some passages on the bench, and after reading some passages, I just kind of closed my eyes and just kind of like meditated on those passages. And I mean, there were people there, but I was that girl sitting on the bench, kind of meditating. And I was there for like a good half hour, 45 minutes. I mean, before that, I called my brother, but he didn't pick up. So, and then I called my friend Luz, and she definitely brought me back down. Like, she, you know, grounded me in a sense. You know, like when like anxiety gets you, or you know, like, especially, well, for me anyways, like my thoughts tend to escalate, and they kind of go to unrealistic places. And I think that's why it's so important to actually talk to somebody, because that person kind of brings you back here, you know, like they ground you, and it's, they bring you back to this place where it's like, okay, you know, whatever it is that you're thinking, it's not realistic, you know. It's so far out, and so talking to somebody makes you feel like, okay, right, you know, that isn't happening, you know, I'm here, I'm okay, I'm safe, my family is there, you know, like there's nothing wrong here, you know. But that person just kind of is like a reminder to stay here, like don't go anywhere, just like stay here, be present with me, you know. And that's really a big help, to just stay here, you know, because when we're in it, we tend to just go, you know. It's like, and you can't really control where it is that you're going. You just one thought after another, you know. So that's why you need that one person just to kind of keep you grounded in a sense, to bring you back. So after I spoke to her for a little bit, that's when I read the Bible passages and just kind of like sat and in meditation, and afterward I was fine, you know. I went back inside. I ate, and you know, we left like about an hour after. But I felt that feeling wasn't there anymore, you know. And I think when you first feel that, or when I first feel that, at least my fear is that it's not gonna go away. So it's like, when is it gonna go away? Like, I don't want this to last. So it's like, how long is this gonna stay? And I think that's my biggest fear when it arrives. It's like, when is it gonna go? You know, that's the worry that kind of creeps in when that happens. And I didn't want it to happen this weekend. Like, that's what I was like. I was avoiding that. Like, I really didn't want it to happen this weekend. But thankfully it didn't happen on Sunday, which was a wedding. I mean, I cried in the wedding, but that was because it was about love, and I love the Corinthians passage, and the priest did such an amazing job. He spoke beautifully, and so I cried more just out of the passion, and just kind of like the love that was there, you know. Like I said, you felt it, and it was felt, and it was seen, and it was really a magical experience. But yeah, what I learned from that, you know, and kind of in retrospect, the whole what happened on Saturday, I need time to myself. I hadn't gotten any sleep really, and sometimes, well, we need to be more mindful and pay attention to our bodies and kind of what's going on. And for me, when I looked back on that event, it was just like, I need time to reflect. Like, I need time to be alone. I need time to like digest everything and process things, and just be with myself. Take the time to understand. Be it through reading, exercising, doing absolutely nothing, walking around, going to a bookshop, going to the park. I just need time to reflect. I just need time for myself, to look back on things, to process what it is that's going on. You know, that's very important for me, and yeah, and I kind of realized that this weekend that I need that. That's critical for me. Like, having my space. I need, you know, at least an hour to myself. That's important for me, you know, and so that's what kind of was brought to light, anyways, on Saturday, and so like, don't just pay attention to, you know, like what your body's telling you. You know, I could have easily said like, hey, I'll meet you guys at the bar. You know, I'm gonna stay here at the hotel and kind of unwind for a bit, and I'll meet you guys there. You know, like, so there could have been ways to avoid what happened with me, anyways. You know, like, you know, I knew that I needed some space and that I wanted some alone time. I needed some alone time, but because I felt bad, and, you know, I wanted to be a part of it, and, you know, like, I didn't want to let anybody down. So it's like, I went, you know, but you need to pay attention. Like, you need to pay attention to yourself. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with needing a moment, you know, like, sometimes we just need a minute, and it's okay. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So that was something big for me. Next thing I want to talk about, of course, is love. So today's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. I know for, you know, some people it's just Tuesday. So happy Tuesday. You just can't help talking about love. I mean, it's always been just another day for me, but it's still like, you know, everywhere is like, it's kind of thrown at you. Oh, it's Valentine's Day, and so it's like, okay, thanks for the reminder. And I was kind of thinking about what it is that I wanted to say about love. You know, but it's like, what can you say about love? What words can possibly fulfill, what words can possibly describe love? Like, it's like indescribable, you know, like, there's nothing that I can say or like anybody can say to like truly encapsulate like its depth and breadth, you know, which is infinite. And it's like I'm struggling, like I was struggling to like, what am I gonna say? Like, what do I want to say? Like, tell me how you really feel, Barbara. Like, tell me how you really feel about love. And it's like, I can't. Like, I don't. How do you put that into words? You know, how do you put something so timeless and infinite into words? Like, and I'm not gonna do it any justice. You know, if any, it's gonna fall short. Anything that I say about it is just, it's gonna fall short, and I'm gonna just like ickify it. Totally just made that up. You know, I'm just gonna ickify it. You know, and I didn't want to do that. You know, love means way too much for me, and it's just it's everything to me. So I can't sit here and talk about it, and knowing that I'm just gonna completely do it wrong, you know, like I'm gonna destroy it in a sense, you know, like. So I was kind of like looking for things, you know, like I don't know if you've read. There were three, so there I found three things. You know, I was kind of seeing like, okay, well, what can I wanted to, you know, say something. So and this one kind of summed up really. Of course, this one did. You know, this is from The Alchemist, by Paulo Coelho. So I'm just gonna read this and kind of put it out there, and you guys can kind of take it in. You know. All right. When he looked into her dark eyes and saw that her lips were poised between a laugh and silence, he learned the most important part of the language that all the world spoke. The language that everyone on earth was capable of understanding in their heart. It was love. Something older than humanity, more ancient than the desert. Something that exerted the same force whenever two pairs of eyes met, as had theirs here at the well. She smiled, and that was certainly an omen. The omen he had been awaiting, without even knowing he was, for all his life. The omen he had sought to find with his sheep and his books, in the crystals and in the silence of the desert. It was the pure language of the world. It required no explanation, just as the universe needs none as it travels through endless time. What the boy felt at that moment was that he was in the presence of the only woman in his life, and that, with no need for words, she recognized the same thing. He was more certain of it than of anything in the world. He had been told by his parents and grandparents that he must fall in love and really know a person before becoming committed. But maybe people who felt that way had never learned that the universal language. Because when you know that language, it's easy to understand that someone in the world awaits you, whether it's in the middle of the desert or in some great city. And when two such people encounter each other and their eyes meet, the past and the future become unimportant. There is only that moment and the incredible certainty that everything under the sun has been written by one hand only. It is the hand that evokes love and creates a twin soul for every person in the world. Without such love, one's dreams would have no meaning. I mean, how amazing is that? Like, I can't right now. Like, this makes me like so googly and bubbly, just like all the LY words. Let me stop. Bam. That, right? If that didn't resonate with you or made you feel like a complete fool, which I feel like I just made myself look like a complete fool with my reaction to that. I was just like, but yes, if it doesn't make you feel that way, like, oh, I don't know what does, like what can possibly make you feel that way, which is like amazing. yes, love. Okay. Um, and another one I wanted to read was by, I love this guy, Rob Hill Sr. Awesome guy. Um, I love what he writes, and what he talks about and what he's about. Um, so, yeah, I'm just gonna continue. Love doesn't lash out in anger. If they don't care enough to guard their tongue, they're not responsible enough to love. Love doesn't shut down and close out. Love isn't a deserter. Love is a fighter. It's a protector. Don't confuse strong emotion for love. Love isn't just feeling. Love is when feeling and action walk harmoniously. You thought that other stuff was love because you didn't know any better. It wasn't love if it made you feel inadequate, rejected, and unappreciated. You have to realize that people love based on their capacity. Some people have a pint, others a liter, some a gallon, and you can't expect a pint person to love at a gallon level. Understanding that, you get how it's so easy for people who are full of pride, anger, and fear to walk away. It's because they only have limited room for love. And if you're somebody that has limited room for love, my life has limited room for you. No hard feelings. I've just been through enough to know my threshold. I need that fulfilling, challenging, spontaneous, overflowing with passion kind of love. And if it isn't that, I know it's not for me. I mean, if I have to choose between the two, I'm definitely going to go to The Alchemist. You know what Paulo Coelho said. And but this one just kind of like brought back memories and of past loves. And you know, like, yeah, I don't regret my past loves. And um um I mean, it was each learning experience, you know. And um I'm grateful to have loved, right? You know, but I think the one thing um that kind of comes out is that I never really loved myself enough. Um, and that's what I'm doing now. Anyways, loving myself, you know, like falling in love with myself. You know, I allowed myself to lose myself in others. And that's where that's where it kind of went wrong for me. Um, so it's like I'm finding myself all over again and rediscovering who I am. Um, and I'm happy to be doing so. You know, like I needed this, and and um, and I'm getting stronger. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It feels different. You know, you feel different. Like it's like it's like it's just like that. Just those two words, know thyself. You know, and that's pretty powerful. You know, like knowing yourself, and it's powerful stuff. Um, because you realize the power you do have, and um, and it's kind of embracing that power. And I think that's why I feel like talking about it helps, you know, because you just start realizing how powerful you are as an individual. Like there's nobody out there like you know. And like to even like play with that thought, like that's pretty magical in itself. Like there's nobody out there like you know. You save the day just by being who you are, you know. Like there's nobody out there like me. I save the day being who I am, you know. That's pretty cool. Like like that's enough for me. Like that's pretty dope. Like I can vibe with that, you know. And that's what I'm doing, like I'm vibing with that. And I can dig that, like especially now, like love yourself. You have no idea how amazing you are. Know yourself. Get to know who you are. Listen to yourself. Pay attention to yourself. Be mindful of what your body's telling you, of your thoughts. And I mean, you have no idea how powerful you are. You have no idea how beautiful you are. There's only one you out there. Like, just think about that. Like, just sleep on that. There's only one you out there. That's so awesome. Like that's awesome. And that should make you like wanna like love yourself and fall in love with yourself every day. Like I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm already at 27 minutes. I don't want to 27 minutes, bro. It's crazy. So I don't want to go over anymore. But oh, one more thing, real quick. It's just real quick because this one really kind of like, yeah. Stay with me. I went to Publix on when was it? Monday night, which was yesterday. I went to Publix with my brother because he wanted a sub from Publix. It was like 9:30. Publix closes at 10. So we were there, and I see, one of the ladies behind the counter. We were in the hot food section, so there was, where the rotisserie is, and then they have the hot foods. So I see her kind of like picking up the trays from the hot foods and kind of doing something with them. I just thought she was throwing, you know what I mean? So I'm like, where is she throwing them? So I kind of, lean over the counter and I'm like, there's a garbage can, and she's throwing them away. And I looked at her here and I looked at the lady and I was like, are you throwing all of this food away? And she was like, yes, I have to throw it away. I was like, that's really sad. That's really sad. Like, and then I look at her and I'm like, can you imagine, like, if we went to like all the Publixes or like in all the supermarkets in the U.S., even globally, and before closing, got the food that they were gonna throw away either way. I mean, there should be no reason that any human being should go to sleep hungry. There should be absolutely no reason that there should be world hunger. That should not be a thing. Like, and I came home with like this, like, what, something has to happen. Like, I told my cousin about it, and she told me that at a restaurant she worked with, they didn't do it from the beginning, but she worked there for a few years, and in the end of while she was working there was a shelter that actually came in and picked up the food. Like that restaurant, put the food in a like a Ziploc, Ziploc bag and put it in the freezer and kind of saved it for the shelter whenever they came in to pick up the food. I mean, there has to be something like that. Something has to be done. Like, all this food just can't go. There was so much food being thrown away. I mean, the trays were filled, and I was so shocked. Like, I really didn't expect that. I mean, I know that restaurants, and I know that for sanitary purposes, food has to get thrown away, but there was something wrong with that food. Like, it wasn't self-serve. Like, there was, so it broke my heart to see, like, all that food being thrown away, and it's like, I gotta do something. So if you know something, or if you have any information, I'm gonna do my research, but if you have any ideas, please get into contact with me, message me. Let's get together, let's talk about it, let's do something. I'm down, like, whatever that I can do, I'm down. I'm gonna do my own research, but I just wanted to put that out there. I didn't think that would happen. Like, I didn't even think Publix would do that. It really shocked me. So yeah, I just kind of wanted to put that out there, see if you guys have any information, anything that we can do, and let's do something. I'll definitely keep you posted on that. But yeah, thank you for hearing me out for 31 minutes, going 20, 30, 31. Okay. So I hope you have an awesome night, an awesome week. We'll keep in touch. So I hope you fall in love with yourself more and more each day. Because there's only one you out there, and I don't know you, but I know you're awesome, and I know you're beautiful, and I know you're magical in your own way. Nothing and nobody can take that away from you, so embrace that shit. Embrace your power. Thank you. Infinite peace and love. Have an awesome night. Peace. Thank you.